guarantee you, I know more than I care to know about them. Matter of fact, I know so much about these corporations that I have had their management call me and say, hey, Diane, where'd you get that information? Won't you tell me where you got that? Because it was information about them. They didn't know where I got it. I was like, send me a link to that thing. And so the thing of it is I've been fighting them for 21 years. It's been a face-to-face battle. If you want to know if corporations control this country, you come to these little small towns and you will see how corporations rule the whole thing. Every single politician, and I mean every one of them, had a contract. And a contract means they had a job. They had their own little company. And matter of fact, when the companies come in, if they didn't have a company, they would make up a company and then hire out to the chemical company or the oil company, and suddenly they were making bukus of bucks off of them. I know our local senator, the one sitting up in Austin, he had the security contract because before he was a representative, he was a policeman, so he knew a little bit about being a cop. So he had a security contract with the company, and it was a wide open contract, and he could ask anything he wanted, and he got it, and he endorsed every single permit. And so the thing of it is, basically, is when I saw what happened out there in the Gulf, I'm like, I have seen this story over and over and over. I have seen it for 21 years. I have talked to agencies. I have went and talked to politicians, even when Ann Richards, and I loved Ann Richards. Ann Richards was elected by the Republicans, I mean by the environmentalists in the state of Texas. She was about as liberal as they're going to come in Texas. I got not one thing out of Ann Richards. And basically that is what it has been. There is no oversight. There is no agency, none that has been willing in the 21 years I have been fighting, that has been willing to step up, to enforce, to do anything. I know when one of the biggest corporations in the whole state of Texas, they put in a $2 billion plant. They were violating the laws. You know, people talk about laws. I know I have a hard time. I really have a hard time when people want to talk about going and lobbying. It's because I'm like, well, dang, we got laws down in Texas and they don't obey them. It's like, why do we need any more laws? Because they don't even, they don't even enforce the ones we got down there, because we had a $2 billion chemical plant that was putting out, on the average, 7 million gallons of toxic waste a day, and they didn't have a permit. In the EPA, I called them up and I said, these guys don't have a permit. And they're like, well, yeah, we know that. And it's like, well, it's up to our discretion what we're going to do. And basically was, they had the money. They had the money. It's all about that. I guarantee if you're a citizen and you're on the highway and you run that stop sign, I guarantee you're going to pay a fine. And if you don't, they will haul you off to jail. Texas is one of the biggest incarcerators in the whole world. If we were a country, we would be almost next to China on incarceration. So we do like to jail people. We just don't like to jail white-collar crimes. And so basically, it's so anyway. So getting back to my problem is that I have come now to the point, because I've been doing it 21 years, and in the beginning they said I was a Hellcat. I was just a crazy Hellcat. And now they say I'm a persistent Hellcat, because I've been there 21 years. And the thing that I've accomplished from that, though, is that the workers who in the beginning they're always told, you talk to any environmentalist, and they will tell you, the company will always pit the worker against you. They will say, that lady's trying to shut you down and making us run to Mexico down there. You know, she's nothing but a troublemaker. She's a sensationalist. She is nothing but, you know, you need to avoid that woman. Well, you know, and I remember I did a demonstration one time, and I had so few people that would demonstrate with me that I was using my children. I had 5 little kids, and so I had 5 little kids, and I had this rope. They strung a rope between me and the company hired 300 workers. They gave them overtime to be on the other side. And then the irony is that the richest people in 5 counties, they had furs, they had evening gowns, they had tuxedos. They walked right between us, and they went to where all they had mariachi bands, and they had enchiladas, and they were drinking fine wine. And it was like, don't you see the workers on one side, me on another, and they just trading right between us. Wow. But the thing of it is, after 21 years, the workers finally realized that at least they could come to me. I guarantee you, I was the bottom of the list. I'm the bottom of the list because they go to the corporation first. Yeah, you're wasting your time there. Can't go to OSHA. Can't go to a politician. They're in a single agency out there that cares a damn what a worker's got to say. So this stuff going on in BP, it's like, surprise, surprise. That's going on all the time because they're in a single place. A worker with information on fatalities or safety or spills can go to. There is no place that wants them, and I guarantee you these corporations are passing around memorandums that say if you report a safety violation, if you report a safety problem, if you report an accident, you will lose your bonus and you can lose your job. I mean, they pass around the memorandums. They make them sign off on them. So no wonder this happens. And so that is why, you know, I think in a little bit they're going to show my little escapade out there. And people come up to me and I'm always shocked. They're like, now, what made you do that? And I'm like, what? It's like, I mean, I'm outraged. I am outraged that I have to be the one workers come to. A woman with 5 kids, a broke down truck, high school education, and I'm supposed to be dealing with injured workers. You're telling them how to fight for their rights, how to make chemical plants safe.
The mothers, nobody really wants to. Everybody is just a son of God. Make peace. Not war. Make peace. Not war. Whoa.